Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Hi everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we put together a brand new show for you this week. You won't want to miss it. We're going to take you on an archery deer bow camp in the northern Lower Peninsula on public land. An exciting time out there. You won't want to miss that. And Jimmy's got a fishing adventure in store for us this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a fishing adventure on this week's show from above the bridge. Now, something I don't typically think about when I think about fishing the Upper Peninsula is bass fishing. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do and learn a little bit more about a Northern Michigan Bass Fishing League along the way. Lots of good stories on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988, offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com.
By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows, manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan. G5 offers a line of archery bows, broadheads, and accessories on the web at g5outdoors.com.
By GREENMARK Equipment. GREENMARK Equipment is a John Deere dealership network in southwest Michigan and northern Indiana. GREENMARK provides sales and services to farmers, commercial businesses, large property owners, and homeowners. Information about pricing and products available can be found online at greenmarkequipment.com.
This moment brought to you by DTE's Clean Vision.
We kick off this week's show in northern Michigan, where I was able to spend a couple of days doing something I love to do, spending time at deer camp.
Yeah, so we're in northern Michigan. We're about to trek out on some state land, enjoy the beautiful fall colors, and hopefully get a deer tonight. It's the first week of archery deer season here in the state of Michigan, and it's been hot, beach weather, unseasonably hot, but we timed this camp perfectly with a major cold front from Wednesday's high to Saturday's low is a 40-degree temp swing. So we're pretty optimistic tonight that we're going to get into some deer, and the freezer's been empty for far too long, so we won't be exceptionally picky, but a nice doe or you know, a nice 2.5 or older buck is target acquisition for this evening. This is our third year doing the camp. It continues to grow. We're joined by friends and family and a multitude of companies, Michigan-based hunting companies here, and we're just having a great time doing what we love to do.
Shortly after we set everything up, we noticed some movement in the timber, and it didn't take long before we had our first deer within bow range.
she doing? I don't know, dude. That was a different deer. Oh, that was a different deer. Different deer. I could never really see her. Shot felt good. It was perfect. I think she's down right there. I thought it sounded like she crashed. We've been this damn for like 10 minutes. Not even.
Every deer hunt is special, but some of them carry more weight than others. And for Kevin, this one was very meaningful.
So I'm just gonna say, I was sitting there after I shot this deer thinking, this is my first bow season since I've lost my grandfather. This is the first animal that I've harvested since I lost my grandfather, who's responsible for getting me into bow hunting. I may or may not have had a little bit of an emotional breakdown after I shot this deer, but it was the most perfectly placed arrow, short blood trail, beautiful evening. And we just sat in there for the rest of the night and enjoyed every second of it. And I'm just very grateful right now. So we got a little bit of distance to go to get this deer out. And if you can see, it's kind of thick in here. So we're going to get this deer out. We're going to get back to camp. We got a bunch of guys that are all going to be excited. This is just as good as it gets. I'm done. We're going to go.
Nice, good work, bud. Is this tailgate trustworthy?
Yeah.
All right.
Until it's not.
Coming back to camp with a deer in the back of the truck is a feeling that's hard to beat, and we celebrated accordingly. We woke up on the second day to rain, and lots of it. And although that made the hunting difficult, that meant more time around camp, which wasn't all bad either. Although we did hunt on the second day, the action was pretty slow, and most people in camp did not even see a deer. We decided to give it one more try on day 3 and head back to the stand where we had had some success a couple days prior.
It's beautiful out. We have a crisp, clear morning. There's basically no clouds. It's quite a bit colder than what it's been. The rain finally shut off and everything's drying off. Our plan is to sneak back into the place that we sat last night. We left our sticks and stands up, and we're hopeful to catch a couple deer coming back to bedding this morning. Once the sun breaks, they kind of hunting a little bit of a parallel wind coming into bedding, and I'm optimistic that a deer or multiple deer will work in right past us, and hopefully the sun's up far enough for us to be able to capitalize on that opportunity. It's the last morning. It's the last hunt. It's been an outstanding deer camp. We're playing with house money right now. This camp doesn't owe us anything. We've had a great time, but we're going to give it one last go this morning, and we've got perfect weather to do so. So that's the plan. Matt? The lead doe cleared the gap and kind of told me where the second one was going to cross at, so I chose that one. It was about 25 yards. I stopped the deer, let the arrow go. It felt good. We think we heard a crash. I couldn't see it exactly perfect, but it looked like a good shot. And I'm moderately confident that we have another beautiful northern Michigan doe down right over here. So we're going to hunt for another 10 or 15 minutes and just soak this in and enjoy it, because these days don't happen often. And then we're going to get our deer out of here and get back to camp and get on the way home to see our families. We've
had a pretty fulfilling time up here, and this place owes us nothing today, so we're just going to be grateful and sit in here for a couple more minutes, and then we'll get on the track.
I think as a bow hunter, that's a good sign. We're pretty sure we heard her crash right over here, but we're going to do our due diligence and just start on the blood trail and get a little practice for what's to come here, hopefully later October and November, but we're off to a good start. I can see blood 10 yards from here, so it shouldn't be terrible. Well, we got everything we could ask for out of this weekend. We just had an incredible time up here, completely mobile hunting on public land in northern Michigan. We're out here in the wilderness and just really got the full show this morning. The weather was beautiful, the colors are beautiful. We were covered up in deer. My family's going to be really excited to have some fresh venison in the house. We've been out for an unacceptable amount of time. We have not had deer meat in our household, and we have 2 deer in the freezer now already, so just couldn't ask for more. Extremely successful trip. It pays to have a quiet bow and a good arrow set up. Just everything worked for us this morning. A little bit of luck on our side, and we're heading out of here with another great doe, and we'll probably be eating venison tonight when I get home to see the family. So,
successful or not, more time at deer camp is something most deer hunters crave, and I'm thankful to have started the year with a few days already. Special thanks to Kevin and the rest of the crew for letting me be a part of a great weekend here in northern Michigan.
When I think about fishing the Upper Peninsula, my mind immediately goes to some of the famous rivers up there, maybe even Lake Superior or some hidden trout stream that no one even knows about. But I don't typically think about fishing the Lachino Islands for bass, and maybe that should change. It is one of the most beautiful parts of our state. The east end of the UP is one of my favorite spots, and when Alex Lemon told me he was going to be fishing the Lachino Islands off of Cedarville for roughly a week leading up to a bass fishing tournament, well, you know what? Jordan and I were going to be in the area, so we stopped by to follow him and a buddy for an evening of bass fishing.
Yeah, what do we got there? So this is a 1/2 ounce tungsten bullet weight rigged up with the Gorilla Craw from Silverback Outdoors and Chase and Tail Baits. They're one of our sponsors, and it's a business that me and a buddy of mine had worked with, and we got it up and going during COVID, and it took us a little bit to kind of get everything figured out, but once we ended up getting our stuff figured out, it didn't take us long to start getting into stores. Our very first store was up at Catfisher Bait and Tackle in Sheboygan, and they got in with us and they sell our stuff there. We also sell our stuff online as well. We make custom soft plastics. This is a color that we ended up calling the Dark Assassin after last year. And it's just a kind of like a brown with red and purple and gold flake in it. And last year, that color alone ended up catching me 20 pounds of smallmouth. So I was pretty tickled about it. But
just kind of working that through the weeds here?
Yeah, so basically I'm just making short little pitches and really working it through that grass. Just kind of picking it up and dropping it. They were tucked up inside of the weeds a little bit, the pencil reeds, they were tucked up inside of them. Eated a little dude.
Oh, that's a nice fish. Let's see him over here a little bit. Nice. Well, that didn't take long at all.
Nope.
Let's see him here. Yeah, that's a good fish.
Yeah, the fish up here, they got really good color to them. The smallmouth, sometimes when you get into some of those smallmouth, and they're just jet black, and they're a really pretty fish. Thanks for playing, buddy.
Hey.
All right, now let's find your bigger brother.
Let's see what that was. That same bait, right?
Yep, that 1/2 ounce. I got it rigged up on a 65-pound braid.
65.
Wow. I got another rod down here. It's got 85 on it, but.
So you can pull them through about any weeds you want.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm using a Abu Garcia Silver Max reel. It's just a regular 6-bearing reel. You know, it's not a really high-speed gear ratio reel, but it's got the torque for lifting them out, and that's what I really like.
Alex and his buddy Will are part of the Great Northwest Bass Anglers Club, and we're here for a big 2-day tournament the upcoming Saturday and Sunday.
So this weekend we ended up having our classic this year. We're having our classic this year up in Cedarville on the Lachino Island chain, and it's just truly beautiful up here. You know, I'm not really sure on how many boaters we got right now, but we're expecting we're expecting the fishing to start picking up. It has been tough. The Classic is our biggest tournament of the year, other than our Open, which we host on Lake Charlevoix every year. And that one is a tournament to where anybody can fish. And we normally host that in June. So it can be a bed fishing tournament, but our Classic is the one. It's a 2-day tournament. It's back-to-back days. It's a 5-fish limit for both days, and it's your biggest combined weight after the 2 days of fishing. So we do have a big bass. So if we do place out I do believe we are going with the top 3 this year. So the Classic is something that all of us strive for at the end of the year, to do really well, and we try to have it on a really good fishery. You know, the Lachino Island chain has done us really good in the past years. Last year we had multiple 6-pound smallmouth. We had 1 6-pound largemouth come in, and we had quite a few bags over the 20-pound mark. I know last year our Classic champion, he ended up coming in with, I do believe it was a 20 or 21-pound bag for his 5 biggest smallmouth, and they were all smallmouth. But like I said, we had one club member, Paul Januski, he broke his personal best smallmouth twice in 2 days. So that's pretty awesome to be able to come to a place and have that opportunity to catch such good quality fish. And the Lachino Islands, you know, you can really go anywhere and just put the hammer down, but with it being such a big body of water, it gives everybody kind of that sense of freedom. You really don't have to worry about running into a whole lot of people. Yeah, you have your locals, but as far as being able to run into another guy that you're competing against, we try to keep it on a body of water that you're going to have that sense of freedom to where you're going to be able to go anywhere and being able to catch fish. So with the Classic this year, we're really anticipating a lot better outcome than what we have had. So I know this week has been a little tough. We've had it's a little bit warmer than what it was last year. Hopefully the fishing will start picking up, and these guys in this club, they're very good, and I have no doubt that somebody within this club is going to find them, and when they do, it's going to be impressive.
So we have 5 scheduled tournaments throughout the year. Our club puts on 1 Open every year. The first Saturday in June, we fish Lake Charlevoix. Anyone is free to join that tournament. And then we have 5 scheduled tournaments. Only club members can fish. You can bring a guest if you'd like. And then at the end of the year, we close out with the Classic, and that's a 2-day event.
Is that always up here?
Nope. So we have a little rule that the president gets to pick where the Classic is. It's his decision, and it's kind of random. He announces that every year when we pick our schedule, and nobody really knows where it's going to be. And we fished it last year and everyone liked it, so he chose to keep it up here again this year.
If you're not familiar with the Lachino Islands, it's just a breathtaking part of our state. Basically, it's a bunch of islands, many of which have everything from your basic cottage to full-on gigantic spacious mansions and everything in between. Endless amounts of places to tuck away and fish, which is great and can be frustrating when trying to find fish, and consistent fish at that. Will and Alex were both trying to find a depth, a color, a tactic that might work on the days of the tournament. Jordan and I were in the UP taping some grouse hunting and some perch fishing, so getting a chance to do some bass fishing, well, it was a nice addition to our trip, and not something I typically think of as a UP fishing adventure. But like most UP trips, they go too quick. Jordan was off to follow some perch fishermen further north, and I opted for one more morning with Alex, and good thing I did, because we hit him early and often.
There we go. And up he comes.
Whoa!
I'll take that any day of the week. He wasn't going anywhere.
Nice fish, dude.
Oh.
What does that one weigh?
That one?
Well, we gave it another shot this morning, and so far so good.
3 pounds even.
Look at that. Even the TV guy knew it was a 3-pounder.
Not a bad one.
Nice job.
There we go. All right. Oh, gonna come back up and say hello again? Yep.
Woohoo!
All right. Hey.
In the fog.
Finally.
Morning before the tournament. So you getting a plan put together for the next couple of days here, Alex? What are you thinking?
Well, I think I'm gonna add a frog into the arsenal.
Bass fishing tournaments around the state have become a huge deal and happen on just about every body of water, and folks love them.
Big learning curve for me, but over the years it started to become a little bit easier. You do have your days where, you know, sometimes they just don't work for you, and everybody struggles sometimes, you know, that's why they call it fishing, but it is something that just kind of fills that competitive side of me. And a lot of guys here in the club, they're very competitive, they're very, 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 very good at what they do, and everybody's got their own techniques and everybody's got their own way of doing things, and you know, they got their own way of finding fish, and it's very humbling being around a group of guys that love this sport as much as I do. Oh man, right, where are the hooks at? Right there. And he hit it right there by the boat.
Yeah, he did. Oh, the frog is coming through in the clutch.
Thank you.
Every trip to the UP is always great, and if you're looking for another reason to go north, put chasing bass around the Lachino Islands on your list. It's worth the drive. The 2-day tournament had about 20-some boats, and our man Alex, well, he ended up taking 4th. Not bad at all. One of the younger guys, Paxton Gem, took 1st, and he did find some big smallies. The amount of bass tournaments keeps growing here in our state, and good luck to the great Northwest bass anglers. We hope that you keep going strong and find some new anglers. You sure have some of the best northern lakes to choose from. Thanks for letting us tag along for a few days here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Thanks so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stick around in upcoming weeks. We've got a lot of great things in store for you. We'll take you on some more archery hunts, of course, for deer. We'll head out for some upland hunting, and we'll do a little bit more fishing. If you'd like to see where we are and what we're up to in real time, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online is a good way to kind of keep track of us. Of course, Facebook and Instagram is the best way to do that on a day-to-day basis. You can also check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel there and get an email every time we post something new. Lots of stuff happening around the state of Michigan right now. Get out and enjoy it. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO, the number 2, Alta. By SCI. SCI helps protect, promote, and preserve wildlife through conservation practices which include hunting. SCI supports and funds conservation programs in the state of Michigan. Learn more how you can get involved at a chapter near you.
By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971 with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land.